I put off filming this until literally the last day of May, so hopefully I can still get it out before June. I watched 5, technically 6, but we'll get to that, movies this month, and I want to talk about them. You guys like my TMNT pop socket? I got it from Dollar Tree. Okay, so the first movie I watched was Billie Eilish Hit Me Hard and Soft Couture live in 3D. That is a mouthful, but it was good. I saw it in theaters with my grandma because my grandma is super cool and listens to Billie Eilish. I have a photosensitive seizure disorder, and there were a lot of flashing lights in that movie. My hand went like numb the entire time, but it was worth it. I didn't have a full-blown seizure, which is good. That would have been awkward. I just absenced a lot and my arm was numb. But it was worth it to me. It was a good movie, although I would not recommend photosensitive people watching that movie. Definitely a step up from her other concert movie, the Happier Than Ever one that was on Disney+. That was also good, but this was obviously a lot better. It was made by a film director and all that stuff. I appreciated kind of the cutting between the concert and then more documentary style-esque things, and they mostly connected. Not all the time, which is why I gave this a I forgot what direction this is on my camera, a 4.5 stars out of 5 instead of 5 stars. Cause I'm picky when it comes to movies. But overall it was a very good movie. And if you like Billie Eilish and are not sensitive to flashing lights, I highly recommend it. The next movie I watched was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990. So I got a DVD collection that has all 3 of the 90s movies and the 2007 movie. This month I watched the first one. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't think it was perfect by any means, but I thought it was pretty good. I gave it 3 stars, which if you're new here, 3 stars is basically like when I consider something like a good movie. Anything below 3 stars means it's just short or really bad, but if it's like 2.5, it's just short of being what I would consider good. But this was a good, solid 3-star movie. The puppets are less creepy in motion, I will say. I thought it did a good job developing the different side characters. I did not like the April Casey Jones thing because I'm used to Casey Jones being a kid, so that weirded me out. I know he's an adult in the movie, but it still weirded me out. Do I think it's a perfect movie? No. But I like Ninja Turtles, and I think for Ninja Turtles standards, it's pretty fucking good. Some of you are about to be real mad at me, but it must be said. The next movie I watched was Nosferatu 1922, and I did not like it. It's not because it's a silent movie. I don't want to hear no shit about, oh, you just didn't appreciate it because it's old. I like a good silent movie. One of my favorite short films is a fucking silent movie. It's called The Cameraman's Revenge. That shit's great. Chicago 1927, great silent movie. Nosferatu, it was boring. I'm sorry. It was boring. It wasn't like the worst movie I've ever seen. I gave it 1.5 stars. I've given things lower amounts of stars. In fact, in this video, I will give something a lower amount of stars. I didn't think it was terrible. I liked the part where he was in a boat. Overall, it was a lot of nothing. The titular Nosferatu was only in the movie for like 5 seconds, it felt like. You give me a movie titled Nosferatu, I want me some fucking Nosferatu. Instead, it was mostly about this human guy, and I'm like, I don't give a shit about him. Yeah, didn't love Nosferatu 1922, but it's a classic. I watched it, I didn't like it. Sorry. The next movie I watched was from the 30s, and it was really bad. Same thing applies. I don't dislike it because it's old. Again, I like movies that are old. This one was just bad. It was called Maniac. It totes itself around as being, like, educational about mental illness, but really what it does is just demonizes mental illness. It calls all bipolar people sex offenders. It's some of the worst acting I've ever seen in film. Short of, like, Neil Breen films, but when you go into a Neil Breen film, you're expecting it to be bad. I was not expecting this movie to be as bad as it was, or acted as badly as it was. There's also a lot of, like, animal violence in it. It's an exploitation film, but I don't think that excuses the animal violence. I don't know if the animal violence was real, but it was still uncomfortable. There was a man with, like, 1,000 cats. That part was funny. I want 1,000 cats. That sounds great. But overall, it wasn't very good, and it felt like they were just putting shocking content in there for the sake of shocking content, but then it, like, wouldn't go anywhere. Like, a woman gets sexually assaulted and nothing happens. I can't even call these spoilers because, like, nothing fucking happens in this movie. Maniac was bad. It's only 50 minutes long, and it took me like 5 seatings to watch it because it was so boring and terrible. I should not have to take breaks during a 50-minute long movie. That's crazy. Anyways, the final movie I watched was The Hunger Games. Much better. I have nitpicks about The Hunger Games because, as you can probably tell, I have nitpicks about everything. I don't like PETA. He gave me the ick. PETA, the horse is here. I thought the ending was kind of bullshit. But, you know, overall, I thought it was pretty good. I only had to watch it in 2 sessions, and that was only because I started watching it at night and I had to go to sleep. For a 2.5-hour movie, me watching it in only 2 sessions is pretty fucking good. I notoriously will spend several times, unless I'm in a theater watching a movie, I will usually spend several seatings watching a movie. I didn't think it was perfect. I gave it 3.5 stars. That's the same score I gave to Scream 1996. I'll link my Scream review in the description, I guess. I've given other movies that score, but that's just the first one that pops to mind. I watched it because my friend Lisette really likes Hunger Games, and I saw the Hunger Games movies were on Tubi this month, and so I promised I would watch at least the first one, and I liked it. I did not think it was a perfect movie by any means, but I liked it. I get the appeal. I thought the romance aspect felt a little bit forced. I could have done without that. I don't think that was a movie that needed a romance element, but I liked it. I thought it was good. And I mentioned I watched 6 movies. The only other one I watched was I Am Divine, but I've already reviewed that on this channel, because I watched it a previous month and I reviewed it in one of my previous monthly logs. I watched it with a parent this time. I'll link my review for I Am Divine in the description. But yes, that was my May film log. If you have a movie you want me to watch, check the master list in the description to make sure I haven't already reviewed it. But you know, if you recommend a movie, I'll add it to my watch list and I'll get to it eventually. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and have a lovely day.